that tonight. Awesome. So I started this business as a single mom. And do we have any single parents on here? Drop a me in the comments if we have single parents. So I started the business as a single mom and I had a master's degree. Anybody educated? Drop a two if you're educated by any means. Okay. Associate, bachelor's, master's, all the things. I was highly educated. I had a master's degree in professional counseling, had just recently got a master's level position, and y'all, I was broke, like straight up, like there's no way I was broke and broke in, if we can just be honest, right? Like I was a hot mess express. And so when this business came to me, I was invited by a friend. So I always tell people, do not stop inviting because this business changed the trajectory of my life. And so I'm grateful because she's not even in the company anymore. And, we can kind of talk to that too, a little bit today, but I said yes. I heard she was a nurse practitioner. Husband was a general manager at a food chain, a grocery store, and combined with bonuses, they were making $15,000 a month. And I was like, whoa, like how you guys got two kids, busy lives, and y'all making $15,000 a month. If you can do that with busy lives, I can do that. I can do that because I'm a hustler. So I ain't never count myself out. Like I'm like, I can't do that. Okay. Let me just bring it back. I don't know about the 15,000. But I knew I could make an extra $500 a month, which is all I wanted. And so tell me in the comments, how much money did you start for? How much did you really start for? What amount of money was like, okay, if I can make this much, it would be worthwhile. That for me was $500. I just wanted some relief when it came to private school that wouldn't even pay my full private school tuition, but it was better than where I was at, right? So I was like, an extra $500 would be a blessing to me. And so looking at you guys in the comments, listen, stop despising an extra $500 a month when you are talking to people. Y'all get what I'm saying? Be like, oh, you can go diamond, you can get $100,000 in bonuses. Y'all, people who don't do this and are not in this space, 9 times out of 10 do not have the brain space for what we've grown to know here at It Works. They are literally checking for a legit $300 to $500 a month. Like they actually deposited in their account. Like that's what they're looking for. So don't overlook that. And so anyways, I, started making some extra money. I went to a conference. So if you can get to an event, ain't no if, you better get to an event, period. Figure it out. Like September, I don't care what you got to do. You need to figure out how to be in the building in September. Only people who are serious build their business. Go to events. If you're serious about your business, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just like going to work. It's a work trip, right? But we have a lot of fun. But you want to hold it to the same level of you going to, like, let's just say for right now, whoever works a job. If your job told you tomorrow you have to go on a work trip, what you gonna do? You're going. Okay. You're going to figure out you're a babysitter and you're going to go. Why? Because if you don't go, you're going to miss that opportunity or you're going to be fired. Right. So you need to have that same type of energy when it comes to your business. 100%. So went to conference, learn more about the company. I fell in love with who we are. And then I fell in love with the money. I'm gonna be honest, like I fell in love with the potential of the earnings of the money. And so always just keep that in the back of your mind. Like that potential can like it can push you. It really can catapult you to the next level. It can. So tell me, why do you love, what is the potential piece that you love about It Works? Drop that in the comments. Like, is it the money or is it the health or is it, just pick one, because it will evolve and it will become more, but ultimately it will be one. And the same thing that drives you now will not be the same thing that drives you in 3 years. I'm tell you straight up, but pick the one thing that drives you. What drives you? Because that's the thing that you're going to have to tap into if you really want to go to the next level. Right. And I think a lot of times what happens is, because I'm going to say for me, money, right? Or a lot of y'all said freedom. What does freedom look like? Drop it in the comments because there's a lot of us on here. What does freedom look like? And you just keep going because freedom looks like a lot of stuff. So just what does freedom look like? It's just everything that comes to mind. Money, time, put your family first, baby. Yes, Heather. Okay. That's it for me. The faith in the company, literally, yes. Time, travel, Not having to check your bank account. Okay. Flexible schedule, health. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Choosing my child. I'm gonna tell you, I had a conversation with a girl today, about the choices in school, right? So it could be something as simple like all my kids are in private school, and that's a non-negotiable for me. Like it's a non-negotiable for me. Or even like I was talking to Lydia, where she was talking about certain stuff that they've done when it comes to the food choices in her son's school. And I was like, but your son goes to private school. Like it's not the same as public school. It's totally different. And so you have to decide, what does freedom look like for you? And then even when you decide what freedom looks like for you, it will evolve and become greater. Okay. So be okay with that process. But then you also have to match your work ethic to your vision of freedom, and never be afraid or embarrassed to work hard. Write that down. Never be afraid or embarrassed to work hard. And the reason why I say this, because it's something that I have to check myself about, because when you're on in this social media world, it's this facade of not working hard. It's this, oh, we post and people come or whatever. You can work hard and experience exponential growth, right? 1 + 1 = 10 here, synergistically. But you have to be okay with the hard work. But there is a huge but. What you may consider hard work may not be getting you to where you need to be. Does that make sense? Let me give you an example. So, a lot of times what happens is crazy. I don't know if she's on here, but I was just talking to somebody about this today. You cannot go for the Pavlov's theory. Do y'all know what that is? And we got any psych majors in the house? Pavlov's. Okay. So what that is, so Pavlov's, what it is it's the dog theory, right? So he was training this dog, and the dog would like tap and get food or something like that. And then he wouldn't get any food, but essentially like teaching him how to tap and get food. So what happens is we have these endorphins inside of us, right? How many of you guys want to like jump up and down, run a marathon when you have enrollments? Yes. You're like, oh my God, like almost about to have, I'm going to stay appropriate because this is not my Zoom. But you're in this place where you're just like, oh my gosh, like I did it. Like you feel great when you have these enrollments. So much so that you like, it's like you're salivating for them. You know what I'm saying? Like you like looking for your next hit. It's like, okay, who gonna roll today? Who gonna roll today? Who can I sign today? Like just thirsty to feel that excitement. But this is what I told her. I said, if you are going for quality, which is what our team is doing now, like I will 100% sign a cleanse. Don't get me wrong. But I am looking for the 100 BV plus, the quality invested people who actually are going to take their health serious and not just get ready for a cruise, which I mean, it's fine if you want to cleanse from a cruise, and I'm down for it and I'll be your person. But I really want to build a business that has longevity, right? So I may not get a high every single day, but that doesn't mean that I don't still work. You want the quality. So 4 customers at 300 BV get you $50, right? How do you do that? What's the BV? Anybody know? What's 4 divided by 300? Anybody know? Everybody like, where my calculator? 75. 75. So you need higher quality packs, multiple products, customers to get that in place. So just imagine if you sign 14 easies. What if you taught to sign 14 easies? But what if you sign 50 customers and their BV only added up to like 50, 500, excuse me, like 50, I don't think that's possible. But still, like, what if you sign like, but you feel good, but then you're frustrated on the back end, like, oh my God, I signed 50 customers and I promote to Ruby. Like, No, because you were searching for the high, not the quality of building a business. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So I want you guys to see that. How can you do the work, which is repetitious? It is. But what does your work look like? And I'm gonna challenge all y'all. What is one thing that you know you're not doing in your business that you should have started 6 months ago? Drop it in the comments. Like, no, you should have started. Wow, most of y'all. Wow, wow. So how about this? On a scale of 1 to 10, everybody, I want everybody on here to drop that because everybody has something. Drop that in the comments. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being you are super committed to your promotion this month, where are you at? And be honest, because a lot of people screaming 10, but you're not giving 10 vibes. Like you're not. Like your consistency isn't giving 10, like your messaging isn't giving 10, like your going live isn't giving 10. You know what I'm saying? Like you say 10, but your actions are not speaking 10. Where would you say you are? I want to know, what is your gap commitment? What do I mean? So for example, let's see, Tracy said 8. What does it look like action wise to give that extra 2? Is it saying I'm going to start a live challenge and I'm going to go live every single day? I told one of my distributors today, I said, hey, I was like, hey, you don't go live. So Facebook keeps locking her out. And I don't know if anybody having Facebook issues, but she stay in jail, like all the things. And we run solution focused business, right? We are always solution focused minded, period. Figure it out. Everything is figure outable, right? I said, why don't you go live every day? Don't you make your coffee before you leave home or something like that? Why just be so busy? Stop thinking and go live. Like literally just go live. If your messaging isn't working, you should show consistently your face. You should show your face in your stories. You should do call to actions. So what is your gap commitment? Drop it in the comments. What is your gap commitment? What is your gap commitment? What does that look like for you? What is it? So I'm going to use like myself. My gap commitment could be, I got a lot of gap commitments. Listen, my gap commitment, I'm gonna use one. So it could be host to post. Like that could be my thing. It could be host to post. It could be reels. It could be reels. Whatever you do, you want to just commit to it. What works? Whatever you commit to. That's what works. And when you commit to it with your whole heart, not just saying I'm gonna do something. And sometimes it does take that because you're just swimming. But eventually you have to wake up while you're swimming or you will have swam in the wrong direction. There comes a point where you have to wake up and know exactly where you're going. So how do you do that? How do you do that? Anybody know how to know where you're going? Drop it. I don't know. Do I have it where y'all can unmute? I think it is. Yeah. Get your chart out. That is it. That is it. That is it. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, it's your map. Every morning you are looking at your chart. That is how you know where you're going, y'all. Even if there's no movement yet, get frustrated enough to make it move, which thank God and shout out to It Works that we can make some shape. Like you control it. If your chart is not moving, you have to take the responsibility because you can literally push that customer right there. Does that make sense? So when do you decide to wake up and take control? And so I felt somebody right now, they said, well, Rachel, I am taking control. I am the person that's moving and shaking on my chart. I am the person that is doing the doggone thing. And, you know, I haven't had anybody to match my energy. Anybody relate to that? Can I get a me? All right, let's rewind back. Drop a 2 in the comments if you guys are okay with honesty and y'all don't be getting y'all feelings. I know y'all do, because if y'all were rocking with Lanisa, y'all gotta be some people who get out your feelings. All right. So let's go back. You and your feelings. I'm telling you, if you are frustrated, and I get it, I 100%, like, y'all, I've been doing this for 10 years, so I feel you. But where your focus goes, grows. So if you focus on the fact that you are the only person building, baby, you're gonna stay the only person building. I promise you. You will be the biggest beast on your team. You will never have a worthy rival on your team because you're always focused about what's not going right instead of what is going good. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So you have to shift your mindset. But then those of you guys who are frustrated and want people on your team that are working, tell me, how do you connect with distributors? Drop it in the comments. How are y'all connecting with your distributors? Like your potentials. I would say your potential distributors. Like, what does that look like to truly pursue new people into your organization? What does it look like? And then could you go 1% higher? Like, what's your 1%? What's your 1%? What are you not doing? Are you scheduling lunch dates? Is it people who are local to you? Do you do FaceTimes? Do you not wait until to schedule a time and just call them? Like, what do you have stalker tendencies? Or are you trying to be the influencer who mass enrolls and just puts out a link and signs 50 distributors? Like, where you think that you don't have to work. And I'm telling you, there will be seasons that God will just do that. And there are some people that God called them to that, and that's on them. But listen, that's only about 5% of people. So if you're part of the 95%, we got to work. And I'm including myself. We got to actually work. And I'm not saying they don't work, because they definitely work. They just work different. Not everybody's called to that, especially if you know you are somebody who, when you get on the phone with them, you impact their life. You touch them. You connect in a way that other people can't connect with people. If that's you, why would God let you be a person that just send you a link and you sign up? You're supposed to impact people's lives. So that link stuff, it's not working for a reason. It's not. You're literally supposed to connect with them and touch them in a way that will impact them and have them still here in 5 and 6 years, in 8 years. That's something that I had to learn. I got a lot of vets that's still with me because I connect different, because I'm called to something different. And so it could be, if you're here with It Works, especially if you're here and you've been here for a while, you're probably called to something different. So stop trying to use the same methods of somebody who does not connect. Call them. Show your face. I was telling my team just a minute ago, I signed a customer this morning on FaceTime, because I signed most of my customers on FaceTime. And my kids was clowning. Okay. The C in clown is capital. It was nap time and they was clowning. And y'all, took my time. I took my time. I upsold that girl from a gummies to a 14 easy shake up. And she added the collagen. And then afterwards, we still had a conversation about her getting into my customer group and all that. People are not worried about the stuff that you are worried about. And if you remain calm, you will be a bigger beast than you even could imagine. So what are you not doing that you know you need to start doing? How do you channel the inner beast that's inside of you? Instead of going for bare minimum, praying that God touches your bare minimum. And if you feel exhausted in what you're doing, you're probably doing the wrong thing. I'm for real. Hostables does work. 100%. And I believe that people are called to host the post every day. I cannot say that I am called to it because it drains the HE double hockey sticks out of me. It really does. Now it does work and there are seasons for it. Kid you not. And if you do it, I commend you. Like, shout out to you. But in this season of my life, it's not conducive every single day. But I can go live. I can share my face in my stories. And that doesn't mean that I have to lack and sign less. That doesn't mean that. Everybody is called to something different. And so what are you called to? Are you called to phone calls? Are you called to coffee dates? Are you called to lives every single day? Are you called to reels? Are you called, like, what are you called to? And will you be okay with what you're called to and make sure that it works? Make sure that it works. I have a girl right now, I think she's on here, but she is literally traveling from city to city and feels great about it. And y'all, her business is blowing up. Blowing up. Business has not been popping like this in the last 2 years. It's blowing up because she makes an impact on her team when she gets in the room with them. And she's single. Baby, what you got to do? If you don't get on that road, you work this business full time, put some gas in your tank and hit the road. You know what I'm saying? Why not? So what are you called to? What are you called to? And if you're Ruby or up, I'm pretty sure you have an idea. You have an idea of what you're called to. You have an idea of what makes your heart sing outside of you feeling great because you signed a customer. What makes your heart sing? What makes my heart sing? Rapping people, 100%. 100%. When I put the product on people and then also conversing with my customers and watching my team win. So that doesn't mean that I move away from my own personal wins, but I know I can get my rocks off by helping somebody else sign a customer. Like, seriously. Or helping them sell something, helping them succeed and get a win. What is your thing? How do you connect with people and take things to the next level when it comes to you personally? And so I got one more thing, and then I'm actually going to open this up. Actually, I want to know, drop it in the comments. What is your thing? What is your thing? I want y'all to say it. What is your thing? Drop it in the comments. And we're going to go a step further. What is your thing? I want you to drop it in the comments. But then I want you to text Lanisa, because all y'all should have her number, and tell her, my thing is blank, and I'm going to do it every day besides my off day until the end of this month. Do it right now. I'm going to give y'all time. And I don't know what my thing is. Yes, you do. We'll pick a thing. Stop being indecisive. Green. Stop being indecisive. Well, I have this and that, and this works for me too sometimes. And I do love y'all though. Yeah, do it. Yeah. Last thing I want to talk about is urgency. Okay. Urgency. There is a big difference between urgency and, ooh, I feel that. Yeah. Because some of y'all are like, well, what's the difference between urgency and pushy? Anybody have that question? Yeah. What's the difference between urgency and pushy? All right. So the way that I am able to shift my perspective from pushy to urgency is the person's motivation to change their life. And then for myself, it takes what it takes to get it done. And I end my day at well done. So when it comes to going from pushy to urgency, ask the customer, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, with 10 being super committed to losing this weight, like, where are you? And if they like a 2, it's like, boo, throw up this post for me. and holla at me on the flip side. Like, I'm serious, because that's the person, when their card declines, they're going to cuss you out. Like, you have no motivation for this. So go ahead and throw up this post for me, and God bless. And you keep watching and let me know when you're ready. Y'all get what I'm saying? But that frees you. It literally frees you. And if somebody says, well, I'm a 9, and then they say the price is too high, y'all, I am committed to what I'm doing. So if they say that, I'm going to say, okay, maybe we need to talk about your finances and where your money's going. Because if you're telling me this is a 9, you need to cut something. And I'm okay with saying that, because unless there's a free program that you're about to tap into, and what's your other option? What is your other option? And if this is something that is in front of you and you're enticed by it and you're intrigued and you're motivated to try it, then you need to sacrifice and give me 90 days. You need to sacrifice. And if it ever becomes a bump, we can skip a month. So how do you have those conversations and leave it all on the floor? If you have to fill a box, you have to fill a box. But I promise you, there'll be an overflow if you truly tap into helping people, or as Lenise says, being a problem solver. If you put yourself in a mindset that I'm here to help other people, sometimes the scripts can only take you so far. And don't get me wrong, I use scripts, 100% use scripts. A lot, I do. I got 4 kids, a husband and a dog. I use scripts. But at a certain point, I'm going beyond the script to say, let me see your face. And if that scares you, so what? Because if you was a cashier, you would do it. You're not going to sit at the cashier and not ask them for their money to check out. You're going to get fired. Imagine you being afraid to say, all right, ma'am, it's $9.99. Like, you cash or debit. Like, imagine. Or do y'all remember? Because I was a cashier at one point back in the day. And you had to ask about like the little donation stuff. If you don't ask or meet a certain quota, you're in trouble. You better ask. You better ask, or you're getting fired. So I need you to have that same energy when it comes to your business. Sweaty palms, sweaty booty, whatever it is. Like, you need to just do it. And I'm serious. And some of y'all now, it's okay. Every day I have to take a shower. Okay, you should. I'm just saying, like, every day you should have worked your business. Every time I have meetings, it's so funny. My husband, is he on here? He'd be sick of me. Like, every time I come up from a meeting, I just get so excited that I need to take my excited self right to the shower. Okay. It's straight up shower time after meetings. Like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You should be in such a place that you get so excited about what you can do and what you do. And I'll tell y'all, if y'all never, I'm going to tell you this, you need a workspace. Period. You need a workspace. Stop working in spaces that are comfortable. Stop it. You're way too lackadaisical. If I'm working for real, if I'm working and I'm on the couch or in my bed, that ain't real work time. I ain't clocking real hours. I'm just not. When I come down to my office or I'm sitting at a table, I am truly focused on my business. I'm not in front of a TV. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So how do you take your business to the next level? Because if you really want this, stop playing. Stop half doing it. Stop giving half the effort and praying that God bless it. And I pray for each of y'all that he actually gives you the energy to do it. And this is where our products come into play. If you have your best energy in the morning, which most people do, get your butt up and work your business in the morning. Do it. Create space and create time. Do it. Move your body. I believe that all entrepreneurs should move their body in some way, shape, or form. You don't got to be out here boxing, but you need to do something. Something. Why? Because your body it helps with when it comes to your mind. If you're not doing personal and spiritual development, you need to start. I don't care how small you start, but you have to feed yourself, because if you don't feed yourself, you don't overflow. If there's no overflow, there's nothing for anybody. and you're running from a depleted space. And you're wondering why you have no capacity, or why it's like, I want the money, but I don't have the energy to do it. That's me. I'm telling you, someday I have days. And sometimes it's because my order of hierarchy is off. Are you taking care of yourself? You will never be an effective business owner without taking care of yourself first. Can I go further? You will never be an effective mother, spouse, sister, friend, whatever, until you start taking care of yourself first. And people come into this business and learn that. Ain't that crazy? I didn't learn that until I came here. And then even after that, I have to actively do it. I have to actively make myself do it. It's literally like changing my drawers. Yeah, getting y'all acclimated to Rachel Wiggum. It is literally like, it's something that has to be done daily. And so I'm gonna open this up. I know I don't know her format, but I'm gonna open it up for some questions or comments.
Hi, Rachel. Hi. I don't really have a question, but I just want to piggyback off something that I said in the chat about praying. So basically, I actually had this conversation with one of my sideline sisters before I came on. So basically, I'm getting distracted by the comments. That's my squirrel brain right there. So basically, I thought that I always prayed, did my personal development every day until I read something in I have it right there, so I'm looking at it, Craig Groeschel's book, The Power of Change. So I started every middle of the month, I start to get weird about promotions, and I feel lack, and I'm not going to promote, and it's all a mental thing. So I started to feel that after my Sabbath, and I was I have to be super intentional about my personal development, my prayer, and everything like that. So it was something I was reading off of it yesterday, and okay, start small habits, because in the beginning of the month I'm always on fire. At the end of the month, okay, I'm gonna pray every single day, and I'm gonna do it. That's my husband, excuse him. But I'm gonna pray every day, and I'm gonna do all this, and I do, and then I stop, and then all of a sudden it turns into, thank you, Jesus. Okay, I'm going to work my business. And I do it super, super fast. And it's not intentional prayer. So today I really made it a habit last night to, okay, I'm going to leave my new prayer journal I just got, and my calendar and my books, and I'm going to leave them out where I can see them. And I started to get up earlier. And I really sat with God this morning. Okay, I put my daughter on the bus. Okay, she's on the bus. Okay, I'll post something, but I'm not going to look at my messages yet because I'm not ready. And I really, really sat. And then I was like, okay, am I going to work it? Nope, I'm not ready yet. And I really didn't start really working until this afternoon, which is weird for me, but it was in his book, and it really resonated with me. So I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but I really need to say that, because yes, we own our business and we can work it at any time, but how can we really help anybody if we're not mentally, emotionally there? And that's what I always do in the middle of the month. And I'm always I'm not going to get that promotion. Well, how do I know? Well, it's not the end of the month yet. Today's the middle of the month, and I wasn't mentally there. So I really need to I took a shower, I wrapped, I was doing all the things, but I really just needed to be. And yeah, so I know I talk a lot. So
that was good. That is good. And I'm sure somebody needed to hear that tonight. Boundaries are important, but ultimately that goes back to your order of hierarchy. Yeah, that goes back to your order of hierarchy. I was trying to think of I almost feel do you go for walks every day?
No. But yeah.
Feeling compelled to tell you that you should start moving your body.
My life coach should say the same thing. Yeah. Yeah.
And also there's a book called Atomic Habits. So after you get done with Prego Shell, like read Atomic Habits.
I just bought it.
Wow. Well, there
Yeah.
we go. Wow. All right. Well, won't he do it? Holy Spirit, activate. All right. That was great. Thank you for sharing that. But yes, important. Very important.
Rachel, I want to share too. It's also your food. And I didn't realize that until I started Lanisa's program. And like, I had really bad depression. I had really bad pains in my stomach. All these other things were going on. And then when I did that reset, like, I mean, I'm proud. I'm a vegan and I'm okay with that, but it's not for everyone. But just having that reset and just seeing what we're putting in our body and what we're listening to, what we're watching, what we're saying to ourselves, like all those things. Yeah, my business is booming now. I just signed a DT and she was on last night's call for our 28-day challenge. And my LCs, I'm plugging them in. Like God is moving, and I'm going loud. I'm sharing every day, you know, something that God's given me. And like, it's not for us to keep to ourselves. That's the thing. And it's not about us. Other people need what we have, and we need to stop being selfish, stop being picking ourselves apart, stop whatever, and just go out there and be that problem solver, be that light that people need. A girl reached out to me recently. She was going to commit suicide. One of my reels popped up on her thing, and she was like, Lord, she was like, if you're real, God, show me something. One of my reels popped up and she got in my inbox and she's like, I just want to tell you this. Like, you saved my life. I'm like, it's not me, it's God. But you
Yeah.
just don't realize how much of impact we really do have. So stop staying stuck in your own crap. Excuse my French. Get out there, because when you do, the harvest will come. Like Lanisa said, it's coming, and I'm excited. And it's not about the money. That's great. I need that, but it's about the souls.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
about who needs, you know, who needs Jesus, who needs these products, who needs this life-changing. You know, we have it all. We have it all. So yeah.
All of it. Amen to that. Okay. Straight up. And I think, I mean, I know about the food, but going through Lanisa's 28 days, just kind of, I'm processing it. Let me say that I'm processing it, because I'm someone who was disciplined in my eating a long time ago. So I thought. Say that. So I thought. And so yeah, it for sure, 100%. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't you go to school for counseling? I have a master's in professional counseling. Yes. Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to share because y'all excuse me. Okay, I'm about to get in the tub. I had my camera off and I was like, nope, I have to say something. So I got my robe on, got my little hair, whatever. Here we are. This is real life. I saw you, Rachel, at conference. Pretty sure it was at conference you shared. Yes, it was a panel. You shared your story. So I graduate with my master's in counseling in December. And it really, so I was kind of in a season where, I mean, it's a revolving season, but because everyone's like, oh, well, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do with your business? Like, what are you going to do with your counseling? How is it going to, and like my honest to God answer is God has called me to both of these spaces. And all I know right now is one foot in front of the other. And like resting in that is hard. And I guess, I don't know, like I have to just intentionally say one foot in front of the other, because I know that God has called me to both spaces. I don't know how they're going to intertwine. I mean, I already see sometimes how they do intertwine. But when I saw you on that stage and I went into conference praying like, God, I need something just to be rooted in. And it just like, that was the moment, because it was like, because I kept thinking, well, there's no one else that has a master's in counseling that's done this. Like, and then I think like, well, maybe I'll be the first, I don't know. But then you shared your story and I was like, okay, like this, it's for me too. And just because it looks really different than everyone else, of course, comparison often gets me in trouble. But I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to share that with you. And maybe if you have any, I don't know, I don't think you were still in school while you were doing the business, I don't know, but any nuggets you have on what I just shared, I'm open to. And appreciate.
Congratulations. I was actually in school for another master's that I did not want when I found the business, to defer my student loans and, you know, to get the extra money to pay for my son's private school. It's initially why I started. I will tell you this. First of all, book Beta Satan. by John Bevere. I'm feeling that for you. I don't know if have you ever read that before?
No,
Write
but
that down.
I will.
Beta Satan. But I don't have an answer for you. I mean, you literally just have to learn how to be. But I think that book will open up your eyes, because a lot of times when we get into a place of comparison, it's because we've shifted our focus from Christ to people. And I think when you get in this place of surrender and just be, right? So kind of what Rebecca was talking about, like being in this place of complete surrender when it comes to being a kingdom entrepreneur. Like if you're a kingdom entrepreneur, it literally is a faith walk. And so you have to strengthen a faith muscle, and faith does not make sense, right? It does not, you can't see it. And so if that's the case, then it's literally every day you function and move will not make sense. Right. It was when I decided to adopt Sabbath and push it out to my team. Well, Rachel, I mean, I did it, y'all, the year before I went ambassador. Like we were hustle grinds, like no sleep, like all day, every day, get sick at the end of the month because we grinded like up all night, like and I'm telling my team, take a day off. Leave your phone in the kitchen, like be with your family. And it's like, are you sick? Like, what's wrong with you? It's not going to make sense. But if you learn to be, he will give you the divine wisdom and the divine strategy for you. That's why I say I don't have an answer. Like, I don't have an answer because he's going to tell you what to do. He is. Now there is confirmation, and there should be someone that you should be communicating about it. But what you do and how it works for you, I mean, he may call you to get licensed. I never got licensed. The guy didn't call me today, but he is calling me to get my PhD eventually. It's rested on me for years, but my eventually is not here yet. So God will give you that wisdom, but I would start that book ASAP. But congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah. Anybody else? Questions? Don't be shy. Y'all good. That means every single person on here is going to promote, and it's popping. And I feel like you can tap my name and send me the question too.
I'll send it. I don't know. I was trying to open my camera on the phone and got kind of challenged there. But I don't know. I don't want it to sound like excuses. And you were probably talking to me earlier, but I feel like because I started and I kind of self-trained myself. And I know that people can promote without leaders and uplines and stuff. But I started over 3 years ago, and I had to literally train myself. And I feel almost like I get intimidated when I get a DT. I want to get it and I get them, but then I like freeze up, and it's like, what do I, if I wasn't trained, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm sitting here talking and I'm muted. Thank you for sharing that. I will tell you this. Well, actually, I'm not gonna tell you anything. What do we do? I'm asking you.
Oh, so solve problems.
Okay, how? I mean, like what do you do every single day?
Talk to people, follow up, message, add to the network, post.
How do you make money?
Make calls.
How would I make money?
When I sign customers and distributors.
Okay, so tell me how I can make some money. Like, how can I make some money? If I'm sitting in front of you and I'm like, I need to make some money, what are you gonna tell me to do?
Sign up.
Well, yeah,
You need this.
I'm signed up. Yep, I'm signed up.
Okay, so we're gonna put a post up, and we're gonna.
No, what do I need to do? How do I make money?
I don't know.
How do you make money?
By signing up customers and distributors, no?
So what do I need to do?
You need to do the same.
Okay. So I need to do what?
Sign up customers and distributors.
Why are you second guessing yourself?
I don't know. I know I do that, and I catch myself afterwards. I don't know.
Yeah. You need to say it with your chest. Just be wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just say it. And if you're wrong, be like, dang, I'm wrong. I will do it all the time. I make fun of yourself. Like, you don't take yourself so seriously.
Okay.
And I it's crazy. I'm feeling that. Like, and sorry, I'm hesitant because y'all don't know me like that. So I don't know what you've experienced in your life and who has talked to you the wrong way, that it has put you in a position to where you don't want to open your mouth. But if you don't open your mouth, you won't ever meet or bless the people that you're supposed to bless. And I honestly feel as much as you are trying to protect yourself, you are disrespecting who God called you to be. And so your voice matters, and you are allowed to make mistakes. And so it's almost like somebody has made you feel like something because of the mistakes that you've made in your life, so much so that you're going to second guess everything because you don't want to feel that again. I just pray healing for your heart, because you can blow up. You know what to do. Like, you know what to do. Stop second guessing the fact of building this business. What do? We sign customers and distributors. End, period. Figure it out. Like, here's the chart. 2 distributors. You're going to sign a whole bunch of customers to get them over 400. Y'all can do it together, or you can do it by yourself, how you want to do it. Like, you can have the confidence and the excitement to show people how to do that.
Yeah. That's so on the money. My pastor's wife even told me that. Those exact words.
Listen, Holy Spirit.
Sure did. It already activated.
I just want to see you shine.
I know you do.
So it's a decision. I'm gonna tell you that it's a decision, and it's a daily decision every single day. It's like changing your draws. So when you change your draws tonight or tomorrow, whenever you change them, think of me. Well, don't think of me. That's not
nasty.
That's nasty.
No offense.
But you remember me though. Like, you will remember that. And I don't know.
Yeah.
That is one of my things. You will remember that. So when you change your draws, laugh about opening up your mouth and being loud about, and you can be wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Just be loud about it. Ain't no point of having no soft voice and being wrong, you're still wrong. You know what I'm saying? So just be wrong. And when you get connected to somebody like me, because I know Lydia is sick of me because I'm going to correct her. I'll be like, bro, that's not right. Like, wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do it in love. But, just both be wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a safe space. It works as a safe space, even when it's not. Yeah. I got time for one more. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Rachel.
Yeah.
Okay. So mine's kind of like a little bit of a 2-part, and it may be more kind of like focused on my situation. But a little background, I signed with my sister, my younger sister.
Oh.
So let's start there. She's younger than me. And I worked this business full-time with my full-time job as assistant director up until November. So I am home now working this business solely by myself, no husband, no kids, kind of went crazy a little bit on the alone time, started waking up at 4 o'clock to go work out, to see people and like talk to humans. So like I am also very socially active. Well, anytime that I'm like doing something, or my sister and I are like in the same friend group and I'm like, hey, are you going bowling next Friday or whatever? She's like, well, I just keep thinking that Meredith said if it's not financially blessing her business, it's a hard pass for her. And I'm like, okay, I also think that sometimes my mental sanity makes me want to throat punch you. So I don't know, like a happy common balance to work the business, have my mental sanity, and not want to throat punch my sister every time I see her.
Lord. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
And I do have some teammates on here, so don't tell Tessie on Saturday whenever we all see her.
Oh, you're Tessie's sister. Okay, so here's the thing. Thank God your sister introduced you to It Works. Okay, like blessing. But your business has nothing to do with your relationship with your sister or your business. And if she's not directly mentoring you, like y'all have to figure out what that looks like. Because if she's your mentor, you have to establish the difference. And if not, you have to separate and just be sisters. She's not going to be able to be your mentor. And that probably should have happened a long time ago. Like when I have people who have familiarity come into the business together, I'm automatically going to tell them to give mentorship to somebody else. Because your relationship as a sister matters way more than this business. And so the fact that, and I get it, please don't think that I'm judging you, but the fact that you want to throat punch her means that there's a discourse in terms of your relationship. And I don't get me wrong, I get it 100%, but y'all got to separate y'all relationship from business so that y'all can just be sisters, and then you can receive the insight from somebody who's not connected in that way because y'all too familiar. I was just telling somebody this earlier today. When you're too familiar, you don't really give that person what they need in this business.
Right. And like I've told her, and I do have I guess a sideline sister in a way. But like, I was like, almost not in tears, but I was like, one day I was like, you see what I'm dealing with? Like, she would have never said that to you, but I'm over here. She's like, oh, are you ever going to get your host post up? And I'm like, you would have not said that to her. You would have been like, how are you doing? How many messages do you have out? But I just feel like there's also like that different dynamic that is there just because we are sisters. We did have a different upbringing. Like it's just, we were never like best friends and close as sisters. So I do feel like this business has also brought us together. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like whenever we do get out, I'm like, I'm going to my house. I don't even want to come over for dinner. I will come back.
So it's mediation. If you're saying Tessie, Tessie's under Kelly, right? Right. So have you talked to Kelly about this?
In a sense.
Nope. 100%. No. What's your name? Lacey. You gonna call Kelly? Or you need
she's coming this weekend, so I'm gonna talk to her. Yeah,
like straight up. Like this is messing up me and my sister's relationship, even if it's small, because even if it's small, it shouldn't be there. Like Kelly, it's an intervention. I can, if you need me on this, I got you, but y'all need an intervention. And then boundaries. Somebody said boundaries. Have you read any of the boundaries books?
Mm-mm.
Oh yes, it's a whole slew of them. We got boundaries for leaders, and they good too. It's boundaries. There's one that just called boundaries. It's boundaries for marriages, boundaries. There's a whole bunch of them. I would definitely read that, and I would probably read it with her. Be like, hey, will you read this book with me? But I would, you have to separate it. You think you can do that?
I think we could talk about it. We could have a conversation and see where that goes.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, both of us, we're just so, she's in her head like, oh, you're a triple diamond, you're good, which I am, and I know how to run the business. But those little things of like personal encouragement or, we're different color personalities. Again, she's my younger sister above me. Sometimes tensions get high and I'm just like, she pops off and then I'll pop off even more because I'm a little bit dramatic. I'm like, you're not about to one up me. But we can definitely, there is going to have to be a time where something's going to have to either give or separate because
you have to separate.
That's from both. Yeah, we can still have conversations and discuss things, but like, I feel like
I don't think you should though. I don't think you should. I think y'all not the people for each other anymore. Like it would literally be like, this is Kelly. It's almost like Kelly signed you and she's just blessed because of it. For the sake of y'all relationship and your business. your business too. It's gonna be a twofold blessing. In my opinion, it'd be a twofold blessing. And I know it may look different because it looks like you guys have been doing this for a long time together, but ultimately it's worth it, is what I'm telling you. It is worth it, and it's not worth it to figure it out anymore. Like it's literally time to separate so that y'all can elevate. And your separation doesn't mean that she can't still love your team. She just ain't your person no more. This is between, like, when it comes to your business building, your encouragement, all of that, that is now between you and Kelly. And making it clear, bro, don't come for me. Like, we have a sister relationship, and that's it. When it comes to business, we don't talk about this. We don't talk about it. No. Anyways, we don't talk about it. And so even when she tries to bring it to you, be like, okay, run that by Kelly, and Kelly will hit me up. You're gonna have to, that is my advice.
Thank you.
Don't try to figure it out. Shut it down, because your relationship with your sister is worth you shutting it down. And you can still win. And even though she's above you, doesn't necessarily mean that she should be connected in that way. Honestly, I probably should have did it a long time ago, and praise God, y'all have made it this far, because it would have been a no for me. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. It would have been a no. I'm be honest, like, straight up. I would text Kelly now, like, yo, you got 5 minutes? Like, I got to get your ear. You want me to tell Kelly? Do you want me to tell her? I mean, I will, for real.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
You really sure?
We'll chat.
Okay, well, let me write your name now. I'm, you know what? You lucky I ain't that type of person, because I ain't gonna, you say no, I'm don't mean to know. All right. I am gonna write it down though. Text me, send me a message. Because once you get free, it's gonna change your life. All right, y'all. Yeah, 3-way would be good too. Yeah. All right, or a Zoom, you know what I'm saying? Zoom call. Anyways, I'm gonna pray, guys. We're gonna hop off here. Thank you guys so much for having me tonight. I hope you guys had a great time, and I hope you learned something, and I can't wait to see you guys blow up. All right, let's take a picture, and I'll post it even though a lot of people got off. Let's take a picture. Y'all wanna come in the room for 5 seconds? All right. Oh, you're coming. Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. Oh, there goes somebody else. Somebody else coming. Y'all good? All right. Oh, there. Who else coming? Picture on. Oh, look at y'all. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Got it. Already prayed. Dear Heavenly Father God, we love you. We honor you. We just thank you for your presence. We thank you for showing up here tonight. We thank you that you are God and just so good. And so no matter how we came to this call feeling, God, I just pray that you've overflowed cups in such a way that they can't keep quiet, they can't keep still. God, I pray for personal relationships with you, that people would really tap into that space and that time with you, so that that you can download exactly what you desire for them to do to take their business to the next level. God, I just pray for individuality here, that people are okay with working their businesses the way you've called them to work it. I even pray for submission when it comes to, I would even say, collaborating and not being in a place of isolation. God, I just pray that people really walk in their boldness and who you've called them to be. And God, we just thank you in advance. We cover Lanisa again. Thank you for what she's doing here in this space in this time. God, we ask that as we leave this call, that you just take us to the next level. God, I even just pray that those who have been messaging and doing things as they submit to what you've called them to do, that the customers begin to just flow in. So we thank you in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, you guys, have a good night. Bye.